Jebediah says we have a problem. Everyone hates Euphoria, and I think I know why. I think it's because I'm not writing it. Euphoria dropped in 2019, and everyone loved it, probably because it showed the great plight of fat bitches with kinks, detransitioners, and spicy Latinas, and as someone who was all three of those, it really stuck with me. However, when the follow-up to Euphoria, Euphoria 2, dropped sometime, everyone started to hate it, probably because they're all trenders who never really understood what the main appeal of Euphoria was. It wasn't its, like, I don't know, cognizant, beautiful storytelling, the way it used lighting to say things and stuff, or its amazing, otherworldly performances by a star-studded cast. It was that there was a lot of teen sex. Everyone talks about the teen sex, but no one talks about the teen drug abuse, which to me is the more entertaining thing, because I'm someone who can't take drugs without bad tripping. And so seeing Rue take drugs and then bad trip, it felt nice to be represented in media. However, a lot of people seemed unsatisfied with what happened with the characters in season 2, and as the only person with a writing degree still working in the industry. Writers, by the way, if you need a writer, I'm right here. I don't care about strike breaking, I don't believe in unions. I'm here to offer my thoughts, so that the show doesn't go the same way that Idol did, which was disappointingly lacking in father and son action. So, part 1, Rue. Rue's character is all about being built in a world not institutionally able to support you and your growing needs, which I can relate to because I'm someone who has self-diagnosed dyslexia. Rue's problems are not as serious as mine, but she does struggle almost as much, not as prophetically, and probably not in the kind of beautiful yearning girl way that I do. Regardless, she's going to work through her problem with drugs by becoming a weed advocate. Season 3, a big question is going to be whether or not she will get sober, and she will respond by touting a 5-page manifesto on why actually marijuana is God's grace to this earth, and how it's not technically relapsing, because marijuana comes from the earth anyway. She's going to wear Cookie Monster PJs, and she's going to talk about all the benefits of medicinal marijuana. She's going to talk about how it can cure cancer. Actually, one of the episodes, I think her little sister's going to get cancer. It's going to be very dramatic. There's going to be lighting and everything. And she is going to take matters into her own hand by forcing her sister to smoke as much weed as possible to cure it. I haven't decided whether this will go well or not. I think it would be funny if she actually gave her spice and then she had a seizure and died. But I don't know. It depends where I stand on weed by the time I'm finished writing this script, because I'm kind of into it right now. It's not my summer vibe, but it is part of my geesh. Speaking of geishes, part 2 of Rue's character, she's going to watch my video how to achieve a dissociative grunge vibe and decide that she needs to become me immediately. I will be a predominant part of season 3. Even if I'm not cast, my videos will be playing in the background. There's going to be an episode where they all just sit down and binge watch my videos and laugh and talk about how funny my jokes are, and how well educated I am, and how I really should be the most popular person on FriendGen. On 4chan, I should be the most popular tummy poster, but unfortunately there's a 16-year-old who posts there and they all want to have sex with him more than they want to work with me. She's going to become just like that. She's probably going to start her own YouTube channel, and although it won't be as good as my one, I could see it getting some views. Good for her. We'll throw her a bone. It'll give her meaning and reason away from drugs, because as we all know, YouTube is the biggest drug. Have you seen that meme where they're like social media on the pills? Rue's on the social media pill. She's pink pilled. Speaking of pink pilled, number 2, Cassie. Cassie's going to kill herself. Many people might be thinking, no, but her character already died in season 2, so we're just going to make it beautiful. As we all know, teenage girls online love suicide and they love being beautiful, and they also really love racial eugenicism. Have you guys noticed that? They're like measuring skull sizes now. And I think Cassie's going to really get into that. She's going to watch The Virgin Suicides, and she's going to be inspired by looks. She is going to convert to Catholicism, but not to wash away the sins of her body and to like transcend the body that she already has. She's going to become a trad wife. She's going to do her hair in pigtails. She's going to frolic through fields, and she's going to be tug bait for unmarried, unsocialized 30-year-old men. who want to blow their load all over her. And you guys might think, that's really weird. Why is that her character? Well, that was her character in season 1 or 2 anyway. I love Cassie. I see myself in Cassie, except I'm actually a prude and I'm very chaste and I've never had sex before in my life. So she's kind of like if I was slutty and like more ontologically evil. And also I would never get an abortion, because that would just do crazy things to my hormone levels and they're already out of whack enough. Cassie becomes trad, watches the virgin suicides. I think she tries to kill herself a couple times, but it never goes right. And like this funny comical thing, they can have like stage audience laughter happening every time she tries to kill herself, but it fails because that is really funny. I think she should get really into Fiona Apple, or she should get really into Fiona Lapel on TikTok. That's my TikTok, guys. And then if we're thinking about her relationship to Maddie, I think Maddie will be focusing on her guiche. You may wonder if Cassie gets over her crippling need for men and the validation that she gets through their subjugation of her own body. I would say that suicide and handing yourself over to the other world is actually the biggest confirmation of that, because faced in a world that wants to subjugate and sex her up, all she does is, you know, get preggers and then kill herself. That's no very empowering. And I think that if we take it to its logical conclusion, she can never get better. She's actually evil to the core. And I think Sam Levinson would agree with me. Let's go Elliot. Elliot gets drafted into war and die. You may think, wow, that's crazy. I don't think it's a far leap. He's already a little indie boy playing his guitar. I mean, what usage does he have to society? Probably he's feeling depressed about his place in the world and the fact that no one wants to stream his music. So he dies. He gets sent to war. I don't really care how he gets sent to war. Maybe it occurs in the same kind of way that it does in Tina Burner's Steps on a Landmine, the most influential fan fiction of 2020. Maybe him and his jam-fingered, quirky little friends are sent on an escapade and he gets his legs blown off. Preferably he'd get his arms blown off so he can't play guitar. Please take the guitar away from him. Jules. For Jules's character, obviously she has the existential dread of her place within her own body, within her own world. She has to work out who she is in proximity to the men that she's let define her entire life. And I think that would lead to her becoming a programmer. As you might know, Jules is archetypically known as a baddie T-girl. She's out there, she's at the club, she's taken miscellaneous sex, drugs, and dancing to techno music, and I think she's had enough of it. I think she'd rather experience what it's like to be a terminally online T-girl. She's going to start using Twitter a lot more. She's going to post pictures of herself in thigh-high socks. She's going to talk about girl dick, yeah. She's probably really going to become anti-ContraPoints. She'll probably pick up some new pronouns. She'll see what fits. She'll start ordering her clothes less from Mimi and more from the Amazon direct store face, where she can buy those little skirts for £5 a pop. She'll probably get some cat ears. Everyone thinks the big question with Nate is what his real sexuality is and what his masculinity is incongruent with that one. Well, I don't think that media should be designed to set up petty little pithy questions that draw in queer audiences. Like, is this character gay? Maybe they're not gay. I think media should be designed with a point. And I think the point of Nate is that he's a massive faggot. And this season, he's going to bleach dye his hair blonde. He's going to shave it all off. He's going to start wearing jock straps. And he's going to become a pass-around party bottom. Some of you may be saying this may go against his character, or we already know of him. But I know Nate. I know him better than you guys do, actually. I met him on Grindr the other day. He's always been like this, you know. They set it up in season 1 when he was staring at all them bulges and thinking, wow, what does this have to do with my masculinity? Well, I'll tell you exactly what it is. He doesn't have any masculinity. Season 3, Nate is going to have undergone sissy hip now, from watching my videos too much. If you guys didn't notice, there's a reason that the lighting keeps changing. It's because there's sissy hip now happening. Which is kind of a futile effort, because I already know my audience and all of you guys are sissed up already. But Nate is going to be the amalgamation of that. He's going to kind of be an audience insert to how we react to these masculine role models. He's going to become unbearably, horribly, aberrantly gay. And then he'll probably tire of it and go back to being straight in maybe 2 years, which is what I plan on doing when I run out of under eyeliner. Kat's going to go on a weight loss journey. Not because it makes sense with her character or because it's cohesive, but because fat people suck, is what the general audience thinks. Whoa, that's a subversion. I love fat people and I stand with fat people, and I think fat people should, well, I don't really stand with them. Actually, me and fat people have that in common. We're not very mobile. Some of them are very mobile, actually. Some fats in the audience tell me if you're mobile. I'm not. I would rather stay at home all day, eating hot chip, lying, and charging my phone. Kat is going to devote herself to a weight loss journey, and then she's going to become a TERF because she's already got that fucked up TERF bob. Is it because I'm fat, Principal Hayes? No, it's because you have that fucked up TERF bob. She's going to fully adapt to the bob lifestyle. She's probably going to stop being friends with Jules because she's going to call her an AGP, which if you don't know what that means, Jules definitely does. She's on that side of Twitter. See, I set that up earlier. That's her conflict. It's probably going to end with Kat realizing that she's been projecting the whole time and that she doesn't need to be a TERF and that being fat is a sin. Lexi is going to les it up this season. Obviously, she doesn't have Fezco anymore because Fly High Angus Cloud. So she's going to cope by becoming a lesbian. And many people might be saying, you can't just become a lesbian, you're either born or you're not. Well, I became a lesbian, so why can Lexi not? I feel like out of the entire cast, Lexi has the biggest chance of becoming a lesbian, because she reads books, and she observes things from the outside, and she is Sam Levinson's self-insert, and I think he really wants to see a teen-on-teen girl lesbian action. The last character I have here, I wanted to comment on Maddie, but I don't really have any ideas for Maddie because Maddie's already perfect the way she is. Keep on doing that. Maddie doesn't need to change. Maddie doesn't need to grow. Everyone else just needs to boss up. Everyone else needs to get their money up. Everyone else needs to get on the grind. She's not only fake virgin, which is amazing, we all should be that kind of way. She's also stay at home, and she DJF. She's queening out on the rest of us. She's pussy stunting. Maybe up the Latina thing, like the niche, like make her more Latina in nature. Some of you might be asking what that means, but all my Latina friends and fans get it. Mi gente Latina. Faye, I think that they underutilized her last season. I think she didn't do enough heroin, and I think she didn't get enough lip filler. I would like if her upper lip touched her nose, like my one does. Maybe that's how I'll get involved, actually. I'll be out there giving lip filler to high school teen students. I actually don't know how old Faye's meant to be. I don't think they ever say. I think she should take on all the other morals from the characters. She struggles with beauty standards like Kat does because she's too damn beautiful and good at acting. She has to struggle with being perfect like Maddie does. She struggles against everyone telling her to be trad the way that Cassie has to because she's actually really trendy right now. And she probably struggles with drug abuse like Rue does, but she doesn't do it in the kind of cringe, weird, annoying, realistic way that Rue does. I think she does it in a really cool way. Do you guys remember when girls online used to post about how like chic heroin was? Yeah, I never got into that until I saw Faye shooting up and thought, damn, I need to do that myself. And now I'm 20 grand in debt and suffering from a crippling heroin addiction, but it's fine because your views make it all worth it in the end. I think that's every character of note. The gay dads, I don't know, gay dads are inherently problematic. I think probably he should be more of a predator and be more in prison. Or maybe he should get shot the same way Elliot will. I don't know, I think most of the men in Euphoria could be shot. I think Cassie's mother should take up spiritualism and perhaps become the head of a cult or a church or the like, probably focusing on ascension of the body, which it ties in with Cassie's themes, but also it's just really funny. Like that would be goofy to me, like if she became a spiritual leader. Sometimes you don't need deep theme every time. Like, a lot of this is deep and heavy theme, but sometimes you're just watching for the dad on son incest and the mother becoming a spiritual leader, so trust me when I say that will be a funny thing. And I think otherwise, for general plot points, the world as a whole should go into armed nuclear conflict because of rising tensions, probably between like Instagram baddies and like Twitter models and stuff, that lead to a great withdrawal worldwide of resources, and then bombs will drop and everyone has to escape to underground vaults. I think the vault experiment should be that the vault overseer has them all construct sickening gag-worthy looks out of like rad scorpion hides and mollusk stuffs. Whoever makes the most beautiful couture wins the challenge, a lifetime supply of NYX cosmetics and 100,000 bottle caps, and the bottom two have to lip sync for their life to Butcher P. And when I say for their life, I mean for their life. If you want to know how Elliot dies, let's just say, when he tried to do that kickflip into the dip, he did a death drop and he dropped dead. And I think maybe they should all start playing League. You guys might think this is crazy, but don't you think kind of there was an undercurrent of League the entire season with all of the characters? Well, yes. Thank you for listening. If you didn't like my suggestions, that's because you're stupid. I'm the one with an English lit degree and you're not.